Hello everyone, this is SageEthereal, and welcome to episode 3 of my FTB Infinity Evolved Expert Mode playthrough. Just picking up pretty much where we left off last time. We have a zombie over here. You may notice my health is a bit damaged because when I logged on just now it was nighttime and I got jumped by a zombie. Managed to get a few hits in on me before I could react. But everything's all good. I just noticed that we have this little totem here, and it is corrupting the biome around it a little bit. You can see over there in my top right hand corner underneath the minimap, there's a readout of the biome that we're in. You can see it changing from the Maple Woods biome to an eerie biome when I get over into this area. That's why the ground is a little bit miscolored and not looking quite right. So that's something we're going to have to take care of eventually. I may end up just breaking this. Because inside this top one, I believe there's going to be a node from Thaumcraft, and it's going to be a dark or tainted or evil or sinister, I think is the word. There's some sort of, it's a bad node, which is why it's corrupting the area around here. But if I take this and break that, you can see the node itself was destroyed. It dropped all these ethereal essences, which I will definitely pick up and keep. They are handy to have about. Try to get rid of some of this other junk that I collected through my explorations. We can leave that one there for now, but that will at least keep it from spreading or summoning any. I think you can get the Furious or Smart Zombie from those types of nodes. Now what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna head up here towards this Extreme Hills biome. Maybe pick up some wood along the way if I can find any spruce trees that are going to be somewhat easy to chop down. And probably start by having a little bit of a mining area. Basically get a mine shaft going. Use that as sort of home base for now. We'll obviously be expanding a lot throughout the season, but for now, just some place to dump all my junk and start collecting some resources would be nice. Got some sheeps around here. And I'm thinking right over here somewhere. So mining in this Extreme Hills is going to be more profitable than mining in other biomes might be. So you can find emeralds here. Now the question is, where do I want to dig in? Got a little bit of a valley over here, but that's not ideal for building in. I mean, here could work. It's a little steep. Might just go in here. That could work. I'm gonna break out the shovel and just clear away a little bit of this. Get a little bit of an entrance dug out here. Now, I'm not going to do too much mining on camera. That's kind of boring. I don't think anyone really wants to see that. I may show a bit of how I go about it in this episode, but in future episodes, it's probably not going to be much about it. We'll take this. Don't think I have enough wood to make a full frame here, but let's try to make it look somewhat interesting. Yeah, I'm missing one piece. It's actually not big enough, is it? You go one more over, get a 5x5. Luckily, we were able to get these nice tools earlier than we would have normally otherwise. And that's going to be the entrance to the mine. Generally do a 5x5 shaft for my main one. Just kind of get that open a bit. I'll probably just do this for now, just to make it easier to close off for baddies and whatnot. You can just put a simple door there. And we will get this set up a bit with a little bit of a starter hovel, I guess you could call it. Now if I want to go to the north, so left is where I'm going to have the shaft go, so it goes down into the Extreme Hills biome. So to the right, we'll make a little kind of staging / processing area. I'll probably just quickly dig this out off camera and bring you back when I have it done, because I don't think anyone wants to see me dig out a little area here. So I will see you guys in just a bit. Okay, back again. Just dug out a little bit of an area here. Kind of show you what I've got. And a zombie creeping up on us. I guess I should take care of him. That was easy. So we have our entrance. I put the 5 ender lily seeds I had found out here. Now it's going to take them forever to grow, especially on dirt. They grow a bit faster on endstone and even faster on, I believe they're ender cores. Yeah, on this ender core stuff, but that's pretty advanced for us right now, so we're definitely not going to be able to do any of that. But they should grow over time and net us a few free ender pearls. These are just placeholders for where some more supports are going to go in. Then off to the side here, we just have a little area. I've put out some of the stuff that we collected in our exploration. It's not sorted at all very well yet or anything, but we found a lot of cool stuff. You know, from bee stuff to... This is some of the stuff I got just mining this out. Some plant stuff. We got enough stuff except for a tank and controller, basically, to make a smeltery. We have some clay, so that might be a good next step. And just some more stuff. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this iron ingot I have. And that is actually the only one I have. And I'm going to see... Well, I guess I'll just show you the rest of this. I have my bed here, which I need to sleep in just to set my spawn point. All the tinker stuff we found. Some of the furnaces we found. We have crafting stations, which are nice because they will hold whatever you put in them, unlike a crafting table, which spits it back out. 2 of those. A crafting table in the middle, just because some things don't shift click well into this crafting station. Sometimes it's easier just to use the crafting table for quick one-time things. Got some of these lanterns we found at the immersive engineering huts. And I tried to sort most of the valuable type stuff, or ingots and ores and whatnot, into this little wooden storage crate and a cauldron just because. Now my plan is to take this and basically just start going down at an angle into the earth. Probably do a 2-step so that I could use half slabs to make a more gradual descent. And I'll probably just do one side of this at the moment rather than digging out the whole thing, because that's a lot of work. And we'll just continue like this. And at every increment of 10, so here at 60, I'll make a slightly larger platform. Maybe 5 by 5. And just continue that pattern all the way down towards bedrock. And that should give us what we need in terms of some basic resources. I'm not going to do too much more of that at the moment, though. I think right now a good next step would be trying to get a basic smeltery up and running. So we'll take what we have. So seared bricks, we have 2 casting basins and 2 casting tables. We have some clay. We're going to need gravel and sand. With the clay, gravel, and sand, we can make seared bricks and make more of the smeltery pieces. I also went and made a door here. I went and made a full oak wood door. Now, that's made with 6 pieces of wood. I can just show you how. But it's in this pattern. It's from extra trees. And a nice thing about that, it's a little bit kind of cheaty, but I don't believe zombies can break down modded doors. So with your normal vanilla door, they can whack on it until they knock it down. With modded doors, they don't understand it's a door. So they'll just stand here and be all like, a zombie. But they won't try to break through. Now what we're going to do, like I said, we need some clay, we need some sand, and we need some gravel. Now gravel's not going to be too hard. There's lots of that around here. And sand. Clay. Oh, hello. Got a little bit of a cave here. Turn on F7 to make sure we get lit up properly. Definitely won't pass up the iron ore. That's the extent of that. Oh, I'm going to flood it. Get some of that gravel back. Off F7 mode, because that can cause a bit of lag if you leave it on all the time. We're going to come over here and collect a bit of sand. We'll kind of expand this beach a little bit, or shrink it, I guess. Then over here, it looks like we got a decent amount of gravel we can get. Then it's just a matter of finding some clay. Although we're not going to need nearly as much as we would if we hadn't found that smeltery in that village and taken it. So that's, again, a nice quick start way of moving along a little bit faster than you might otherwise be able to. Again, taking the iron. I'll leave the copper for now. Don't really need it right yet. More interested in getting a smeltery up and running because with a smeltery you ore double. So for every 1 piece of ore you put in, you get 2 ingots out. Do I see any clay? There's a tiny bit out here. Might as well just kill some of these squid since we're out here. Come on, come here. Come back. Okay. Ink's always useful for various things. And with Pam's Harvest Craft, the squid have a chance of dropping calamari. So another food item. So if we have our mine over there, we'll probably have our house, or our main house, somewhere along this coast here. So close enough where it's somewhat easy access, but not like right on it. Go away. Yep, there's some calamari. This should probably give us enough clay to get what we need. Now, we're not going to be able to use the smeltery right away. Although, how many iron ore? We only have 2. But I believe I had 1 ingot on me. Yeah, so we have enough to make a bucket. The smeltery takes lava as a fuel source. So you'll need a bucket to be able to pick up any lava to get it going. But from then on, you can double your ores. So probably end up just taking that lava as our first bucket worth. Sneak along the coastline here. This is just a little puddle, I guess. Thought that might have been another one of those natural springs, but I guess not. So it'd be a good time to go and use the bed for the first time. Oh, by the way, putting things on the wall like this, it's part of draconic evolution. And if you have something, anything really, in your hand, look at the wall and hit the proper hotkey. For me, it's P. I don't remember if I changed that or if that's standard, but hit the hotkey and it goes on the wall. Pretty simple. So, nice way of storing things and also displaying things. Sleep, get the night gone so we don't have to deal with too many more monsters. We're gonna have to do this the inefficient route. Try to figure out how exactly I want to go about this. This probably isn't the most efficient way anymore now that I think about it, since our yield on wood is so much lower. Probably not a great idea. Saplings might be a somewhat efficient alternative, though it looks like we'll get through it. Yep, so 3 iron. Now I dropped that on the floor accidentally. We're going to take the clay we have and the sand and the gravel to make grout. And now the grout, if I can find it, take some coal and we will smelt the grout into seared bricks. You get 2 for each grout, if I remember correctly. Also just drop off some of this miscellaneous stuff we've got. Aluminum, apatite can go in there. We can make our bucket, which we'll need. Oh, that's right. Expert mode. Expert mode changes the bucket recipe. Instead of using iron ingots, buckets now use iron plates. I have forgotten about that. Which means we need a forge hammer. Which means we need some treated sticks. Now, luckily, we can get those easily since we found some. But we'll need a total of 5 to make the hammer. And then 6 to make the plates to make the bucket. So we'll need 11 iron. That's not quite as useful. So that means time to mine. Basically, not too much else we can do at the moment. Kind of need to get our resources settled at least a little bit. So I am going to head off and start digging this mine shaft, and I will catch up with you guys in a bit. Alright, I'm back and been doing some mining. Got down to 30 something Y level. Got 19 iron ore along the way. I've left a bunch of the others just kind of sitting around. I can clean those up later. But what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we're going to run out of inventory space. Throw that on the ground for now. Definitely going to have to get organized here sooner rather than later. But for now, we will just kind of drop off some stuff. We have this seared brick that we were cooking up. Not sure if that's going to be enough or not, but we're going to take and smelt up this iron. And that should be more than enough to get a bucket and the tools necessary to create said bucket. Nighttime, so we're going to sleep a little bit. Let that cook up. Now let's see, I'm going to need a piece of glass too. So a little bit more sand is needed. We'll just take this. Why not? So the sand is needed for the making the glass to make the seared tank for the smeltery. Just drop that. Can I use ladders? No. Darn. Saplings? Yeah, I guess that'll work. And to get this one piece of glass, here we go. And now that I think about it, this is definitely not going to be enough. So we need a seared tank. We also need a seared controller. I have 8 sand. Pick up some gravel. 8 and clay. So that may actually be enough to get me what I need. Smelt it up here. Our iron is done. Now normally to get these treated sticks, you would need to make a coke oven to get creosote oil. And then use that to make the treated wood and turn that into sticks and so on and so forth. But since we had found some in our explorations, we can skip all that. And ta-da, a bucket. A bit harder than I had remembered it being, but not too bad. All in all, take some more of this and make a smeltery controller. I'm still not sure. I don't think this is going to be enough. Gonna need a little bit more sand. Chicken. So, grab up some of this. Because we need to make a functioning smeltery. We still need a smeltery drain. And a seared faucet. So that's 9 seared bricks to make that. We'll just make another 8. Nice roundish number, at least in terms of how much fuel it uses. And yeah, we don't have enough here. We can make our drain. 2 more of these and we can get our faucet. So the controller is the brain of the smeltery. It's where you interact with the smeltery whenever you're doing anything with it. The tank holds lava. The drain and faucet are used to pour out the liquids. And the casting basin and casting table are where the liquids go when they're being poured. And we'll probably put this right here for now. Again, most of this is somewhat temporary. We will, when you make any of these pieces, or maybe it might just be the controller, you get the Mighty Smelting Book, which is kind of the in-game guide. What I want to do is go up here, break out my bucket, and snatch this piece of lava. That'll get rid of this lava flow, which is a little annoying, and give us what we need to get our smeltery up and running. I'm going to go back one more into the wall here. And we're going to make a 3x3 smeltery. That should work. I think I'll have enough, hopefully. Let's see. Do a little bit of that. We're gonna have to take out the center here. Actually go down another level. Put in the bottom. Build up the sides. Put our controller and our tank As you can see, if it's functional, this lights up. So it's a properly built smeltery. We're going to put that like that. Here we are going to put a drain, our faucet, and we can put a casting basin if we want to make metal blocks. So you can pour it out and directly into the casting basin, which makes a metal block for you. But what we're probably going to want, at least for now, is a casting table. And that should be good to go. Take our lava, add it to the tank. It has fuel. Now we can put metals in here to melt them down. The first thing we're going to want to make is probably aluminum brass. I believe that's what it's called. We can actually look it up in here. It is a alloy of 3 aluminum and 1 copper. It's used for making casts, which are used for casting things from the smeltery. Now I believe I had copper and, what do you know, just enough aluminum and low hunger. Eat up these carrots. Should hold us over for now, and we're going to take and drop all that. Well, actually, we can put the iron in too. Why not? Now that's slowly going to heat up and melt down, and the aluminum and copper is going to combine into the aluminum brass alloy, and the iron is just going to melt down into molten iron, which we can then cast out into ingots, and we will be getting twice the amount of iron ingots per ore than you would through vanilla methods. Now this kind of messed up my terrain a little bit, this lava flow that was here. Not liking these stumps. So we're going to cut those down while we wait for that stuff to cook up in the smeltery. Get some extra wood, which is always useful early on in the game here. As you can see, stuff is melted. We have 6 ingots worth of molten aluminum. Aluminum melts faster than the rest of the materials in there at the moment. We're also going to need a iron ingot, which we're going to put in the casting table. And we're going to pour the aluminum brass around this to create a ingot cast. So there we go. 8 ingots of aluminum brass. Make sure that's on the bottom, because whatever's on the bottom of this interface is going to be what pours out. And once that hardens up, we have an ingot cast. Now what we can do is we can move by clicking on it, the iron to the bottom, pour that out into the ingot cast, and now we get ingots. So we have a way of processing ores and getting twice as much return. We also have a way of making tool parts out of metals. Normally, in order to make the metals into a tool part, you need to use the smeltery. The dark steel is weird because it's a mod added metal and it doesn't melt. So you don't have to, so it's a little bit of a workaround there. But we will definitely be needing some more tools in the future. We'll just leave the aluminum brass in there. In fact, this ingot cast we can probably just place. So now we have some iron. What I'm going to want to do, I'm going to want to take a piece of this iron and a stick and get a chisel. And I'm going to want to cook up some of this cobblestone into smooth stone. Probably a little bit more. I have some leftover seared bricks, that's not a big deal. Can use them for some other things down the road. We'll actually take and drop this stuff in this one, why not? All our extra smeltery stuff. I found some of these peridot, which we can, I thought you could craft into armor, but maybe not anymore. Huh, I guess not, but you can make a sickle out of it, which isn't bad, and a peridot saw. Now what I'm doing here is again a kind of slightly, I don't want to say cheaty or exploitive, but it's a bit of an unintended method of getting something that's normally harder to get. How about that? Because what we want is we want our tools, at least our pickaxe, to repair itself. Because as it is, we have a lot of dark steel on hand, but not really enough to just go around willy-nilly wasting it. So instead of wasting what we have on repairing the tool, we'll just try to make the tool repair itself. Not a bad idea. To do that, we are going to make some stone bricks. We're going to use our chisel to chisel them into mossy stone bricks. Now, normally this stuff isn't quite that easy to get, so that's why it's a little bit of a workaround. But 9 of that in a crafting table and you get a ball of moss. Combine the ball of moss with a tool in the tool station, and we add the moss modifier. You can see the icon changes. We use up 1 of the 3 available modifiers. And now it has auto repair on it, and it will gradually, over time, repair itself. It's not super fast, but it's better than nothing. You know, when I'm out running around doing other stuff, it's going to be charging up. It also charges up a little bit faster, repairs a little bit faster when you're in sunlight. And that was a bad idea. Because in the smeltery, you take damage. And you fill it up with blood, which is not ideal. Now I have 5 millibuckets of blood in my smeltery. Okay, so don't do that. You don't want to go in there. Bad idea. At least while it has fuel. I don't know if it still hurts you when it's out of fuel. I haven't tried that. I don't normally go swimming around in my smeltery. But what do I want to do? I think I might actually just put this other ball of moss on here. We'll use up another modifier slot, but we'll get moss too, which will make it repair even a little bit faster. And now I have a self-repairing tool. And I think that's going to be good for us. I think that's going to definitely be helpful. I think that's also going to be the end of this episode. In this one, we got our basic smeltery up and running. We got a bucket, which is actually harder than you would think. Got a little bit of a mine shaft going. I'll be working on this in between episodes. Probably fleshing out the rest of the mine shaft and getting all the way down to the proper Y level. So you can see at each 10th increment, so 60, Y60, and then Y50, there's a larger platform that'll continue on down to Y12. Instead of Y10, I generally put one at Y12 because that's a bit of a better area, because I believe that's right above the lava lakes. So I'll generally do that and then just down to bedrock. And the idea here being that at every 10 levels we can branch off horizontally and get more of a targeted amount of stuff for different ores that spawn at different levels. Like up here at, like the 50s and 60s, you're going to find a lot more copper than you are down lower where it doesn't spawn. So having the ability to nicely branch off at different levels to target what you're looking for in terms of mining is always nice. We also got a little bit of a starter area. Got everything we need to do basic tinker tools. Got some basic processing, some crafting, a little bit of storage. Not much, but hey, it works. We got our bed placed down. I actually wanted to take these uncommon treasures I found and open them. So some free ender pearls, some free emeralds, a splash potion of fire resistance, that could come in handy. At least when we get down into the nether, could save us if we get into a tricky spot. I think I have, yeah, I already had 2 ender pearls, so now I'm up to 4. Just drop that splash potion in there. We have some gold coins. Not sure if I have any other ones. I think I left them behind when I was earlier in the game. So we'll just drop those in there. Could actually take this niter if I wanted to and use it as a light source. This is a Thaumcraft item you make later down the road. You can place it in world and it's a light source. It's also a heat source for heating certain things. But that is that. I'm gonna, like I said, clean up my inventory a bit. I'm gonna do probably a decent bit of mining off camera in between episodes. So when we come back, I should have a decent amount more resources. I'll probably clean up this mine shaft a bit more. That's gonna require some tree farming, which is, you know, not too complicated. Chop down trees, replant saplings, repeat. Because I'm going to end up using a lot of this spruce to kind of add pseudo-structural reinforcements here. Actually, if I think about it, this might actually be one too large in terms of height. Is it? This is actually a 4x4. No, it's a 4x5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's 4x5. So 5x5 is actually going to create a opening in the middle that's 3x4, which is going to look a little odd. So I'm probably going to bring the ceiling down one too. But you get the idea, and I'm rambling again. Thank you all for watching. This has been SageEthereal, and this has been Minecraft Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. Still have trouble getting all that out in a coherent way. Thanks for watching. If you have any feedback, feel free to leave it in the comments below, and hopefully I will see you all in the next episode.